down into your mat. Snuggle in, soften your jaw, soften your shoulders. Feel the support of the earth underneath your body and just breathe. I want you to imagine a circle as you're breathing and fill up for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top for 4, 3, 2, 1. And then exhale to the bottom of the circle for 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay here. Bring your attention inward. Bring your attention to the texture of your breath and the way your breath feels as it comes in and out of your body. As you relax and soften, maybe your hips move closer to your heels. Just stay. Two more rounds of breath. And bring your head in the other direction. Bring your left ear down onto the bolster. Seal your lips and breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. Constrict the back of your throat and make a sound like ocean waves. You have an hour to nurture yourself, to let go of all of your stressors, to let go of your to-do list. Take 3 more long, slow, deep breaths. And after your last round of breath, move your props off to the side and bring your hands down onto the mat and meet me in a tabletop position. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Angle your fingertips to the corners of the mat, and if you want to have a little less pressure on your wrists, bring your hands to your blocks. Just going to take 3 rounds of cat-cow. Inhale, melt your belly down. Exhale, round your spine, tuck your chin. Inhale, belly goes down. Exhale, round. Last time, inhale. And exhale. Come into a neutral position. And then inhale, float your right arm up towards the ceiling. Gaze at your thumb. Exhale, thread your right arm underneath your left armpit. Rest your right ear down onto the mat, a bolster, or a block. Option to crawl your left hand like a spider towards the top of the mat. You can press your finger pads down and lift your forearm up, or to deepen the stretch and twist, reach your left arm up and bring the knuckles of your left hand to your lower back or your right hip crease. Continue dialing your left shoulder up towards the ceiling and softening your jaw. Stay here. Take 3 more long, slow, deep breaths, and then slowly unravel. Bring your hands back down onto your mat and meet me in a tabletop position. Inhale, float your left arm up to the sky, gaze at your left thumb. And then exhale, thread it underneath your right armpit. Rest your left ear down onto your mat, your bolster, a block. Again, stay right here or crawl your right hand to the top of the mat like a spider and press your finger pads down. Lift your forearm up. Stay right here or float your right arm up towards the ceiling and bring the knuckles of your left hand to your lower back or your left hip crease. Dial your right shoulder up towards the ceiling. If it's too much on your shoulder, you can bring your hand back down for more support. Find softness and ease. Find length as you relax and lengthen. Deepen your breath. Soften your jaw. Let it all go. Just stay. Long, slow, full, steady breaths. Draw your right shoulder away from your right ear. Take 3 rounds of breath. Nice, long, slow, and smooth. And after your 3rd round of breath, slowly unravel. Bring your hands back down onto the mat. Spread your fingers nice and wide and meet me in tabletop position. Inhale, float your right leg behind you. Exhale, tap the ball of your right foot down into the mat. Gently push your right heel towards the back of the room. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. Look beyond the top of the mat. and keep the back of your neck long. Inhale, float your right leg up off of the mat, stamp the back wall. Exhale, cross your left leg to the right and look at your right ankle. Cross your right leg to the left and look at your right ankle. Inhale, float your right leg back up, and then exhale, step your right foot between your hands. If you have blocks, bring your blocks at the highest setting and draw your left knee as far back as you can. Take a deep breath in, and then on an exhale, gently move your pelvis forward so you stretch your left hip flexor. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. Lift up to the crown of your head. Maintain your nice, long, slow, smooth breath. And just breathe. With each inhale, lengthen. With each exhale, release. If this bothers your left knee, feel free to bring a blanket underneath your knee or fold up the side of the mat to give you extra cushioning. Options, in addition to bringing your hands down onto the mat or your blocks, you can also bring your hands to your right hip crease, lift up to the crown of your head. Stay here as you melt your pelvis forward. And then the other thing you can do is you can reach your arms up and back. Clasp your hands except for your index fingers and reach towards the back of the room. And you might try some things out for size and then you don't like it, so you can come back for more support. So it's not written in stone. You're just going to listen to your body. Make adjustments so that you can maintain the pose with comfort. Continue to release the tension in your shoulders. And your goal is to find your edge. The point where you feel a stretch, but I could still take a picture of your face and you won't be scrunching up and grimacing. So that's where you are. Stay here. And guys, you guys know I am not flexible, so I understand. You might need to heel toe your right foot forward so your right knee is stacked over your right ankle. Stay here for 3 more rounds of breath. Deepen your breath. Let the sound of your breath keep you on your mat. Nice. Last deep breath in. Inhale, lift up through the crown of your head, and then exhale, hinge at your hips. Draw the crown of your head forward for a hamstring stretch. I promise we'll get off of our left knee. To deepen the pose, bring your right toes towards your shin and hinge more deeply. Draw your right hip back so your right hip is square to the front of the mat. Feel free to make your way into a split if that's in your practice. Long, slow, steady breaths. Take 3 more rounds of breath, and we're going to engage your hamstrings to fatigue, and hopefully you can get a deeper stretch. So draw your right toes towards your shin, even if you're in a split. And you're going to imagine making a hole in your mat underneath your right heel. So your toe is drawing up. You're pressing your right heel down to engage the back of your leg. So make your hole. Push down for 2 more rounds of breath. And then relax and release as much as you can. And you might feel a micro release after you've fatigued the back of your leg. Take 3 more rounds of breath. And after you've taken your 3rd round of breath, if you have blocks, bring your hands to the highest setting on your blocks and bring your left knee forward so your left knee is under your hip, okay? Your right leg is still somewhat straight and you're drawing your toes towards your shin. I promise this is the last thing on our left knee. Now heel toe your right foot across the mat so it's in line with your left knee, okay? Draw your toes towards your shin and then bring the outer edge of your right foot down to the mat. So you should feel the stretch on the side of your leg. Do you feel it? So you can adjust this. So if this is too intense, you're not going to bring the edge of your foot all the way down. You can have a little soft bend in your knee. If you want to deepen the pose, you'll hinge more deeply or slowly turn your body towards the right as you draw your right hip back. I promise I won't keep you here for 4 minutes. Stay here and breathe. And if you feel the tension grabbing on, consciously release the tension on the side of your leg. Breathe into that space. Long, slow, full, and deep. Three more rounds of breath. And then slowly unravel. Bring your right knee down to meet your left knee. Aren't you guys glad? Now, you're going to Lift your left leg up and bring your left knee towards the right and your right towards the left. So you're going to crisscross, and then I'm going to give you options. One option is to take a seat on your bolster. So you'll bring your bolster or a block between your heels and park your bum down. This is one option, and I'll show you what I do. So you can come down like this and stack your knees, or you can sit on a block and extend your left leg and cross your right leg over. Okay, so this is the other option. So this is the one I'm gonna take. Inhale, lift up through the crown of your head, and exhale, slowly hinge forward. So you can use your blocks, you can bring your hands down to the mat, you can reach for the bottom of your foot. So right leg is crossed over your left leg. Yep. You can hold on to your feet as you hinge forward if you've crisscrossed both of your knees for cow face pose. Tuck your chin, soften your jaw, lengthen your back body, and breathe into this space. Three more rounds of breath. On an inhale, lift up through the crown of your head. Take a deep breath out. Inhale, reach your left arm up to the sky. Exhale, bring your fingers between your shoulder blades like you've got an itch there. And then take your right hand, sweep your right arm up and over to your left elbow and pull your fingertips down. You can stay here just like this, or you can reach your right hand to your lower back, bring your knuckles to your lower back, and see if you can inch your fingertips closer together. Mine are like a mile apart. So you're going to either stay here or you're going to try to connect. Deepen your breath. Soften your jaw. Three more rounds of breath. Nice, slow, and smooth. And after your last round of breath, slowly release your arms down by your side, shake it out. Inhale, lift up to the crown of your head, and exhale, turn to the right. Bring your left elbow to your right knee. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. Lift up to the crown of your head. Find space between your vertebrae. Take 3 rounds of breath. And after your 3rd round of breath, keep your leg just the way it is, your legs the way they are, and slowly unravel and turn towards the left, just for a couple of breaths. Inhale, come back through center, uncross your legs. You can stay on your block or bolster or make your way onto the floor. So you're gonna take your blocks or a rolled up blanket underneath your knees. On an inhale, sweep your arms up over your head, reach up, gaze up. On exhale, drape yourself over your thighs. Soften your jaw, lengthen your back body. Melt yourself down towards the mat. Stay here. Take 3 more rounds of breath. And then on an inhale, lift up through the crown of your head. Slowly move your props out from under your knees. If you have a bolster or blocks, bring them behind your back and melt yourself down. Open your heart. Lift your gaze up. Bring your arms by your side with your palms up. You can keep your legs extended or bring your feet together with your knees wide, your choice. Embrace the stillness. Three more rounds of breath. And after your third round of breath, meet me in a seated position on your mat. Bring your feet together to touch and your knees nice and wide. Inhale, lift up to the crown of your head. And then exhale, scoop your hands underneath your calves and hinge forward. If you want to use props, I like to sometimes bring a bolster underneath my forehead so I have a little more support. I like to sometimes I just like to hug this. Right, yeah. Take 3 rounds of breath and slowly meet me in a seated position on your mat. Lift up to the crown of your head. Slowly cross at your ankles. Come back into your tabletop position. Spread your fingers nice and wide. And you're going to pretend you're a cement truck. So you're going to slowly circle your torso to the right 2 times. Find length along the side of your body. And then circle your torso to the left 2 times. Inhale, float your left leg behind you. Exhale, tap the ball of your left foot down into the mat. Gently push your left heel towards the back of the room. Look beyond the top of your mat and keep the back of your neck nice and long. Inhale, float your left leg up. Exhale, cross your left leg to the right side of the mat. Look at your left ankle. Open up along your side body. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. Inhale, float your left leg behind you. Exhale, step your left foot between your hands. If you're using blocks, bring your blocks at the highest setting. And we're going to be on our right knee. So feel free to fold up the side of the mat. Feel free to pad underneath your left knee with a blanket. Yep. And draw your right knee as far back as you can. On an inhale, lift up to the crown of your head. And exhale, melt your pelvis down and forward. So we're stretching our right hip flexor. Stay here like this, keeping your hands down on the mat or your blocks for support. You can bring your hands to your left hip crease. Draw your shoulders up and back. You can clasp your hands and reach for the back of the room. So take any variation that you would like. As you find more length in your right hip flexor, you might need to walk your left foot forward so your left ankle is underneath your left knee. And you may notice that one side does not feel like the other side. Take 3 rounds of breath, nice, long, slow, and smooth. And after your last round of breath, inhale, lift up through the crown of your head, and exhale, hinge forward. To deepen the stretch on your left hamstring, you can draw your toes towards your shin, hinge more deeply, or make your way into a split. Keep your hips square to the front of your mat. Just stay. Draw your left hip back. Bring your shoulders away from your ears. Now, wherever you are, draw your left toes towards your shin and drive your left heel down into the mat like you're making a hole underneath your left heel. Engage the back of your leg. Keep your face nice and soft. You don't know when I'm going to take a picture of you. Keep pushing down and then relax and release as much as you can. See if you feel a little micro release in your left hamstring. Now draw your left heel back, actually. Walk your hands back so your hips are over your right knee. Heel toe, your left heel, so your left heel is in line with your right knee. You guys love this part. Inhale, draw your left toes towards your shin, and then bring the outer edge of your left foot down towards the mat. So now you're stretching your left IT band. So to make this a little more gentle, you're going to come up higher. To deepen the pose, you're going to hinge forward, or you're going to continue drawing your left hip back and turning towards the left. So just experiment. And this is a great stretch for runners, which I am not. Is anybody else a runner in here? Okay, I see one runner. Take 3 more rounds of breath. And then slowly unravel. Okay, you're going to bring your right ankle to the right and your left foot to the right. Okay, so same thing here. You're going to bring your feet out wide, and then you can sit on a block, or you can do what I'm doing and extend your right leg long and cross your left leg over. So it's just going to depend on your hips and your knees. Inhale, lift up through the crown of your head, and exhale, hinge forward. Use your props to help give you extra support. Feel free to sit on a block or a bolster to lift your hips up higher. Release the tension in your neck and in your jaw, and just stay. Take 3 more rounds of breath. And after your last round of breath, inhale, lift the crown of your head up towards the ceiling. Keep your legs just the way they are. Float your right arm up to the sky and reach to the middle of your scapula. Take your left hand, reach your left arm over towards your right elbow. Draw your fingertips down to the bottom of your scapula. Stay right here, or reach your left hand down towards your hip. Bring the knuckles of your left hand to your lower back and walk your left hand towards your right hand. So stay or reach your arm down. Take 3 more long, slow, steady breaths. And release your arms down by your side and shake it out. Keep your legs just the way they are and turn towards the left. Bring your right elbow to your left knee. Bring your left hand behind you. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. Find space in between your vertebrae. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, release. Deepen your twist. Soften your jaw. Slowly unravel, come back through center. Turn and twist towards the right. Keep your legs just the way they are. Come back through center. Uncross your legs. Take a block with you as you roll onto your back. Float your hips up towards the ceiling. Bring a block underneath your hips. Hug your knees into your chest. Bring the inner edges of your feet together and bring your feet up towards the ceiling. Point and flex your feet. Find stillness. Reach your fingertips up to the sky. Wiggle your fingers, circle your wrists. Bring your arms behind you with your palms up. Bring your feet down to the mat and walk your feet towards the bottom of the mat. Let gravity open your hips. Stay here, or you can bring your block at a higher setting to stretch your hip flexors a little more. Take 3 more rounds of breath. And after your 3rd round of breath, press your feet down into the mat. Bring your hands down by your side and then move your block out from under your hips. Hug your knees into your chest. Draw your toes towards your shins. Stay right here like this, or bring your hands to the outer edges of your feet. Play with straightening and bending one leg and then the other leg. Feel free to rock from side to side and massage your lower back. Release your feet and make your way into your final pose. Option to bring blocks under your knees and a blanket underneath your head. Feel free to bring a blanket on top of you as you melt yourself down into the mat. Release the tension between your eyes. Soften your jaw. Let your shoulders, your hips, and the backs of your legs melt down into the earth. Find movement in your fingers and your toes, in your ankles and your wrists. Slowly hug your knees into your chest and roll onto your right or your left side, using your arm as a pillow. Take a moment of gratitude for the time you spent nurturing yourself, listening to your body, and sharing your positive energy with everyone else in the room. Slowly and gently push yourself onto your seat. Inhale, lift up through the crown of your head. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center, thumbs to your sternum. Close your eyes, bow your head. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me. The light in me sees, honors, and is humbled by the beautiful light in each and every one of you. It's been an honor. Thank you so, so much. Namaste. Oh, thanks for coming in, guys. I appreciate it.